What in God's name is going on here with this this Thunderfoot DMCA stuff? Is Thunderfoot thinking of filing against YouTube somehow? That doesn't make any sense. At least not to me. Look, of course, I must state, I'm not a lawyer, and anything I say here is not legal advice. Always seek an attorney when in regards to legal matters, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you understand? Now, from my understanding of the DMCA, it's at least this aspect of it, and the way the law is written, it's not that hard to understand, okay? When you make a video and you use some other content other than your own, and the supposed content owner of that part that you used believes that you have infringed on their copyright, they have the right to take you to court. Okay, and the way that's done, the way that's played out on the internet, and the way that's written, is that they file a DMCA notice, and by law, YouTube has to take down the video and to provide you both with the means to notify each other like that. There's a couple of other minor aspects. They have to take it down within 24 hours or such thing. They have to make a good faith effort to do such a thing. In other words, they're not facilitating the copyright infringement process. Now, you then have the right to file a counter DMCA notice. What these notices are essentially legal documents in a written sense, right, in a online sense, but they're still considered legal documents. And essentially all that is you're making a statement that you intend to go to court over this. So the person who files a DMCA is essentially telling you, I believe you have infringed on my copyright, and I'm willing to go to court over this. If you file a counter DMCA, you are saying, I don't believe I have infringed on your copyright, and I am also willing to go to court over this. At that point, the person who filed the DMCA has the option, they don't have to, they have the option of now filing in actual real-life court a suit against you of copyright infringement. Now, then you'll get notified in real life, okay, that you are in fact being sued over copyright infringement. Now, the corporations don't like this. They don't like the fact that they actually have to go through the what we like to call due process. But too fucking bad. They do. They have to go after everyone individually, just like anybody else does. So in effect, YouTube is, with fighting for their safe harbor status, is in effect actually working in your defense by making the big corporations work to do what they're supposed to do by actually taking you to court. Now, on the penalty of perjury stuff, what that means is that the person filing the DMCA claim is believed to have done so out of not a good faith belief that it is in fact their copyrighted stuff. Now that's a different aspect of the law. Considering that it's a federal crime, it would have to be the state's attorney then to prosecute them under that. And as far as I understand, there has not been a case like that. There's another way you can go, I believe, that the Skeptical Heretic mentioned of the slap stuff, but you would have to have you have to have a lot of money, and it seems that Thunderfoot has got a lot of money to go do that. At least go, you have to get a lawyer, you have to establish that somebody is, you have to go look into that law yourself. But essentially, what I believe it's really going to have to come down to is a state's attorney actually prosecuting somebody under penalty of perjury for what we call false DMCA. It wouldn't be called that in court, but that's what we know it as. And then we'd have an example to point to, and that should reduce a lot of the fallacious DMCAs. But even so, if the person actually who filing DMCA actually believes, they really believe that, look, I have the copyright to this stuff, I really do believe that they're infringing on it, I think I have a case here, then you can't, there's not going to be any prosecution under penalty of perjury. And that's basically it, brothers and sisters. So, I mean, going after YouTube would work against you, in a sense. I mean, what would happen if the law was changed? See, that's the thing. I told Skeptical Heretic on his video, just a comment, that I think what Google should do, since they have so much goddamn money, is actually work to put a process together in which it's easier, cheaper, and such for where we want to go to court. There should be some sort of online court thing with a real judge and everything. Something to facilitate the process of, if there is a known prolific DMCA filer such as this Dr. Craig Videos, if he should be prosecuted and such under the penalty of perjury. But regardless, they should at least help get into Congress some writing into the law under that DMCA regarding that, and that would be nice for them to do. Now, this other thing that's coming up about, I just saw another video by Skeptical Heretic regarding this integral math fella. Now, he's saying that the Skeptical Heretic is saying that Thunderfoot has YouTube partner status. Is that even true? I don't even think he has that. Isn't that why he takes donations instead of? He's always said that. I mean, I haven't been sub to him in a while, so, or maybe I am. I don't know. Oh, I am subscribed. I just don't watch his videos anymore. What the hell? So I am subscribed. All right, but as far as I understand, he's not a partner. And even so what? YouTube, why would they even bother stating that stuff about copyright, since they're pretty much keeping themselves out of, since by law, I mean, they keep themselves out of it anyway? Then what's the point of putting this extra policy, YouTube policy, saying you have to have expressed written permission from a content owner? Well, that's not true, because that's not how free speech works. And all this copyright stuff, obviously that's not true. I mean, they can try to tell you that as a partner, but I mean, really, I guess that's just a way to try to, I don't know, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, your rights under free speech and copyright aren't superseded by YouTube. And if they want to go on the front end like that, then, I mean, how are they going to enforce that? Then they'd be violating their own the whole point of the safe harbor stuff, right? So, all right, I don't know. And this video was all over what? Well, that silly video. Yeah, what is that one? See, I'll make another video about that one later. All right, that's it. I'm done. Peace out, my brothers, sisters, everyone between.